4.5% prime rate introduced by Bank of Canada in January brought the mortgage interest to the highest level for the past 15 years. A lot of home buyers are facing great pressure of mortgage. Some pre-construction buyers do not plan to proceed to closing. Instead, they want to assign this pre-con project. Hi, my name is Pris Han. I am the founder of Your Home Sold Guarantee Realty, Team Pris Han. Today, let's talk about the pros and cons of assigning your pre-construction unit and the best practice to still sell it fast and for top dollars. A lot of developers allow the buyer to assign a pre-construction unit before final closing. The original buyer finds someone to replace him or her to continue execute the purchase agreement till the final closing with the developer. Some developers will charge a fee, a one-time admin fee to allow the assignment, but also a lot of developers will waive that fee to give one-time free assignment. We do need to know that right after your purchase, you can start assigning the unit. We often see it's either before occupancy or between occupancy and final closing. Sometimes it has a longer period, but basically every developer, every project has its different window for assignment. So if you want to sell, you do need to contact your developer to ask about the specific window allow assignment. Couple typical scenarios for people to want to assign their previously purchased pre-con unit. First is family plan change. For example, someone has an immigration plan come to live in Canada, but they drop the plan. So in that case, they no longer have the own residence needs. They want to sell it. Change of financial strength. They either have lower income now or because of the current high interest rate, they don't want to bear high mortgage pressure. Or some people buy pre-con purely because they don't have the PR status yet. So they were hoping at the time of the unit closing, they already got the PR so they can avoid the non-resident speculation tax. Unfortunately, the PR status doesn't come in time. So they still have to pay for the NRST and they don't want that. So they drop the idea. The last one is day one when they purchase the unit is already for speculation. They want to make the capital gain between the original purchase price and the assignment price. So what are the fees or taxes assignment can avoid? First, like I just mentioned, you don't have to go through the very complicated or complex mortgage process and facing high interest rate like right now. And very often at the final closing, there's a development charge that the developer will charge you. Basically, they just pass on whatever the city will charge them to individual buyers. But this fee is often written on the original agreement of purchase and sale, also known as APS. That fee varies a couple thousand to over 10,000, 15,000, but it's written on the APS. There's also land transfer tax. If you purchase a unit in anywhere but Toronto, you have to pay for the provincial land transfer tax. But if the units happen to be in Toronto, you have to pay double, the municipal and provincial land transfer tax. There's also HST associating with it if it's not for your own residence. The cap is 24,000, but if this is meant to be an investment purpose, all you have to do is you do pay this first at closing, but then once you get a 1-year lease, you can get it back from the government. But once again, this will bring you some cash pressure because you do have to pay first if this is an investment unit. Last but not least, NRST, we just talked about this. If you're non-resident, whatever the tax bracket was at the signing of the APS, you do have to pay that at the closing if you are non-resident. But condo assignment doesn't come free, although you can avoid those fees and tax we just discussed. Basically, as a seller, the assignor, which is the one who's selling this agreement of purchase, you do have to be responsible for both sides' realtor commission. It can range from 4% to 5%, depending on the individual realtor you talk to. For the net capital gain, basically, it's the gain that you made, but minus all the costs and expenses such as realtor commission, your lawyer fee. The net capital gain, it is 100% taxable for that year's income. So whatever you are making that year, this condo assignment net capital gain has to be added on top of your total income and subject to that year's income tax. Also, starting from mid-2022, the net gain also has to be subject to 13% HST. Previously, if you assign this unit because of personal reasons, such as you change plan, you don't come here to take residence due to your family plan change, you can't argue and you don't need to pay for the HST. Right now, regardless, whatever reason, if there's a condo assignment, the net gain is subject to the 13% HST. All right, so one thing we really need to know that when we talk about pre-construction assignment, although it is a sale, it's very different than a resale, because condo assignment is not allowed. I shouldn't say allowed, I should say mass majority of them, they're not allowed to be listed on multiple listing service. So it's not on any real estate board's centralized database. So assignment has no public exposure. Not like on MLS, every single licensed agent and also the public individual buyers, they can all see. But no, assignment is exclusive. They are dispersed in lots of different exclusive channels, but not visible on MLS. So this really brings the challenge to the listing agent. The sale of this assignment has to be solely rely on the listing agent's marketing capability and competency. So assignment is really like a bidding. So is it more likely for you to sell Van Gogh's painting in a small auction house, or if it's like a Sotheby who can invite 500 wealthiest art lovers in the world? So of course, Sotheby is the one who's going to sell the art piece for the highest dollar amount, right? Because it has the greatest exposure. It did bring the people who will and who can purchase this cherry blossom, right? So the conclusion is that when we sell a pre-con assignment, the greater exposure we get, the higher leads we can generate, the more offers a seller can receive. And it's among the higher number of offers, we have higher chance to sell this pre-con assignment at a higher price. So the crucial part of getting a pre-con assignment have a successful sale is to pick the realtor with the greatest influence circle and most powerful marketing plan and execution. Now let's talk about pricing. First, we really need to understand that other than the market itself, no one can dictate which price a property will sell for, right? And the price is a function of supply and demand. So if we agree that, then we would know the realtor who generates the highest demand is the one who will most likely sell your home with the highest price, correct? It's not just by this agent claim he can sell the highest price, he will. The true question is he going to launch a very powerful marketing plan to maximize the exposure of this property? And if he can do that, then the highest price will come naturally. Other than that, the highest price is just going to be an empty promise. So when we price a pre-con assignment, we really need to know you cannot test the market by listing a price that's higher than the market price. Because like we just talked about, assignment doesn't have a huge exposure like resale on MLS, correct? You already have a limited number of people who will know your property. So you really don't want to price it too high to scare away a couple very serious potential buyers, right? But how do we know what the true market price is for your unit? Couple ways. First, we can benchmark the similar unit in the same project. So individuals, buyers, you probably don't see, but the big agents who's active in pre-con assignment, they have their own exclusive channels. So they can do some homework and research for you to find out how other units are sold for. Same thing. If you have other projects in the neighborhood who have similar closing dates, those are very good benchmark as well. Then you can also benchmark the most recent sold price for those nearby new resales. So if a resale closed last year, 2 years ago, they're also a very good benchmark to compare with. If you price too high, basically you will help your other competitor sellers to sell fast because you'll make their unit appear to be really value for money. And Unlike resale, some people, they don't have this mortgage pressure. It's okay. They let them sit there and days on market 70 days, 90 days. But remember, every pre-con assignment, you do have a window. So if you drag towards really close to the end of the assignment window, you still haven't said, you will end up be forced to close and take very high mortgage interest, or you have to really discount deeply in order to get rid of. Either way, it's really hurting the assignor. More traps to avoid. So now we established the principle of picking a listing agent for pre-con assignment is to choose the one with the highest marketing competency. So then you want to avoid the one that who simply just give you a discount commission in order to win your listing. Because we know that the poor exposure equal to poor price. So the money you save on commission very likely is not going to compensate the last money you sell for your unit. Same thing if you have a friend or family and you pick them just because you know them, they're nice to you. The relationship and the gentleness has nothing to do with their marketing capability, right? Solo agent, you think you have a one-on-one service, but because assignment is a very special set of skill, and if they don't possess that, and they have, as a solo agent, they don't have a very strong or social influence circle, and that would also discount the sale result, and you want to avoid that. I want to end this video with a small quiz. So can you guess how many deals an average real estate agent can make in a year? If your guess is about 1 a month, so 10 a year, then your answer is similar to mass majority of the people I asked, but the result is actually quite different. I got this data from mid last year. So at that time, there was 68,000 real estate agents across the whole GTA. So you can see 30,000 of them, 44%, makes no deal at all in a year. Another 23,000 of them, which is 34%, can make 1 or 2 or 3 deals. So when you add these two groups of people together, 80% of these 68,000 agents can only make about 2 deals a year. If you can make 35 deals in 1 year time, you're already among the top 0.6% of all the agents. So I show this data to you to say that you might think all the agents are the same. They will have the same license, they will pass the same exam, but no, because their skill, their expertise are linear to the number of transactions they handle. The more they've encountered, the more experience they gain, and the more capable they are when they handle your case, because we don't know what's going to happen in a deal, right? Those experienced ones, they have seen everything, so they'll better be able to bring the best result to you. Wouldn't you agree? Okay, so this is the end of this video. I wish you the best luck to your assignment sale. If you have any assignment sale plan, please feel welcome to talk to us. See you in next video.